Hello and welcome. You're watching NDTV 24/7. I'm Osama Shah. Our top story is the attack on MV Chem Pluto. Consequent to the incident of the suspected drone attack on MV Chem Pluto in the North Arabian Sea on 23rd December, an Indian Navy team of explosive ordnance disposal specialists had embarked the vessel at anchorage of Mumbai for sanitation and preliminary analysis. Based on MV Chem Pluto crew inputs and on-scene examination, the analysis by Indian Navy's team of explosive ordnance disposal says and points to a strong possibility of a drone attack. Vishnu Shom has more details.
Fresh details coming in now from the Indian Navy on their preliminary investigation into the drone strike on MV Chem Pluto, which was a chemical and oil tanker which was struck by a drone 400 plus kilometers west of the Indian coastline, deep in the Arabian Sea, well south of the Arabian Sea. It limped back to Mumbai yesterday. At that stage, the Navy did confirm that there was a drone strike which took place. But now, in a statement, they've said, and I'm just reading it out, based on MV Chem Pluto crew inputs and an on-scene examination and analysis by an explosives and ordnance team, points to a strong possibility of a drone strike. It's been ascertained that the explosive charge on the drone detonated completely, causing extensive damage above the waterline. You can see images of the Navy chief being briefed on the damage on the left-hand side, and you've got pictures of the damage which took place on the right-hand side of your screen. Remnants of the projectile have been collected by the Indian Navy for further forensic analysis in coordination with other agencies. The Navy chief has been briefed on the initial analysis undertaken. Now, very significantly, and this is a big takeaway of this, in light of the recent maritime incidents in the Arabian Sea, the Indian Navy has commenced focused maritime security operations in the region. The presence of Indian Navy warships and air surveillance in the region has been enhanced. Actions are being progressed in coordination with national maritime agencies towards ensuring the safety of merchant marine in the region. So the big breaking news, two parts. Firstly, the Navy reconfirms a drone strike. Explosives experts have said that the explosive completely detonated, which resulted in the extensive damage which you can see on the bottom left-hand side of your screen. Further forensic analysis is on. The Navy chief has been briefed, and the Navy has now moved into high gear. They've commenced focused maritime security operations. There are Indian Navy warships which have been surged. Air surveillance in the region has been enhanced. Actions are being progressed in coordination with national maritime agencies towards ensuring the safety of merchant marines in the region. Merchant marines, remember, account for or bring in 90% of trade coming into India from North America and from Europe. In fact, even from the east, it is 90% of all trade comes in through the maritime route, 70% by value. It is critical for India to protect our maritime areas of interest, the sea lanes of communication, SLOCs as they are known, and of course merchant marine ships which are completely unable or not equipped at all to defend against drone or cruise missile attacks. All of this comes at a time, I should remind you, when in the Arabian Sea there are multiple attacks taking place against merchant marines by Houthi militia, Houthi rebels who now control a part of Yemen.
India will track down those behind attacks on merchant navy ships, even from the depths of the sea, and take action against them. This is what Defence Minister Rajnath Singh has said on Tuesday at the commissioning of INS Imphal, the third of 4 Visakhapatnam class warships developed and designed by the Navy. Vishnu Shom gets us this report.
The INS Imphal, India's latest destroyer, among the most advanced warships of its class anywhere in the world. The third of 4 ships of its class, the 7,400-ton destroyer, is the first warship to have been named after a city in the northeast. The 4 ships have cost the exchequer 35,800 crores or 8,950 crores per ship. Speaking on the commissioning of the destroyer, the Defence Minister made it clear India was watching the drone attacks against merchant vessels in the Indian Ocean with concern and will react.
भारत की बढ़ती आर्थिक और सामरिक ताकत ने कुछ ताकतों को ईर्ष्या और द्वेष से भर दिया है। अरब सागर में हाल में हुए यमी चेम प्लूटो पर ड्रोन हमले और कुछ पहले लाल सागर में यमी साईं बाबा पर हुए हमले को भारत सरकार ने बहुत ही गंभीरता पूर्वक लिया है। जिन्होंने भी इस हमले को अंजाम दिया है उनके खिलाफ कठोर कार्रवाई की जाएगी।
Yesterday, this ship, the Chem Pluto, a chemical and oil carrier, limped into Mumbai harbour 48 hours after being struck by a drone more than 400 kilometers off the Indian coastline. While the Navy has confirmed that it was a drone strike, there is no clarity on where the weapon was fired from. Today, the Navy chief pointed out that several Indian warships have been deployed at a time when Houthi rebels in Yemen have stepped up their attacks.
Even as we speak, we have 4 destroyers of 15 Alpha and Bravo class deployed to counter piracy and drone attacks on merchant shipping. We have air surveillance by Sea Guardians, P-8Is, Dorniers, helicopters and Indian Coast Guard units all deployed jointly to counter these threats.
The commissioning of the Imphal comes at a time when there's an unprecedented threat on merchant shipping off the coast of Yemen in areas held by Houthi rebels. US warships in the area have intercepted dozens of drones. Indian ships deployed in the area will now put themselves in harm's way to protect unarmed merchant vessels to ensure that a key route of maritime commerce remains protected. As much as 95% of India's foreign trade by volume and 70% by value moves through ocean routes. Vishnu Shom for NDTV.
The Delhi police received a call about a blast being heard near the Israeli embassy this evening. The team of Delhi police rushed to the spot but left after they searched the perimeter and found nothing suspicious. However, at an empty plot of land just a few meters away from the embassy, the police have found a letter addressed to the Israeli ambassador. They also found a flag wrapped with the letter. The letter has been seized by the police. Israel's deputy envoy, Ohad Nakash Kenar, in a video statement said, "Our diplomats are safe. Our security teams are working in full cooperation with the local Delhi security." Listen in to what she said.
This evening, several minutes after 5, an explosion occurred in close proximity to the embassy. All our workers are safe, all our diplomats are safe. Our security teams are working in full cooperation with the local Delhi security, and they will investigate the matter further.
The latest that we're getting to know from Delhi police sources, which seems to be an immediate fallout of that call that the Delhi police received of a blast near the Israeli embassy, is that the police are on alert. In fact, the Delhi police are monitoring this very, very closely with senior officials of the Israeli embassy. In fact, in the Paharganj area, security has been majorly beefed up, is what we're being told by police sources. And at the same time, the Delhi police is also monitoring the CCTV cameras very, very closely. So this has been the immediate fallout of this particular incident. But as you mentioned, the entire, all the officials there are completely safe. There's been no such injury or casualty, fortunately, because of this. But what police sources are telling us is that they're going to investigate this matter, and in fact the entire area, the plot where this call was actually received, senior officials of the Delhi police rushed to the spot immediately. They probed the entire area, and they just found that letter and that wrapped flag, and in fact that has been seized by the Delhi police. That will be sent for forensic examination as well, is what we are being told by sources. That is how the investigation will proceed. In fact, in the Paharganj area and areas close to the Israeli embassy, all those roads, the security has been beefed up. Barricading has been done. Several layers of barricading, as we speak, is being done by the Delhi police. They're on the vigil. They're keeping a close watch on CCTV cameras as well. We'll get to know more about what was behind this blast, perhaps in a day or two.
And direct flights connecting Mumbai and Ayodhya are expected to begin from January 15th. Remember, Prime Minister Modi will be inaugurating the Ayodhya International Airport on the 30th of December. Tanish Punjabi has more details.
There's a lot of excitement about the airport. The Prime Minister Narendra Modi is going there to inaugurate, and it's going to be a grand inauguration by Prime Minister Narendra Modi. And just 2 days before Prime Minister's visit, Chief Minister Yogi Adityanath is going there to take stock of the situation. If we talk about the flights today, Indigo has announced that they're going to start operations from Mumbai to Ayodhya. Flights from Ahmedabad will also be there. Flights from Delhi will also be there. And in fact, the bookings of flights have already started with prices reaching as high as 45,000 for one side from Bengaluru. I saw that on a website a couple of days ago. So prices as high as 45,000 have already reached. So it's going to be a very grand event. The flight operations of the Maryada Purushottam Shriram International Airport are expected to start from 6th of January. On 5th of January, the first commercial test, flight operation will take place, and from 6th of January, the commercial flight operations will begin. The grand inauguration, let me just tell you, it is on 22nd of January, and the whole city is going through a massive infrastructure overhaul, including the new airport that we're talking about, and a new railway station is also coming up. So, Prime Minister Narendra Modi on 30th will inaugurate the new Maryada Purushottam International Airport, through which, the flights will be operated from different parts of country to Ayodhya. If I would just like to mention about the airport, it's going to be an international airport, which will, obviously accommodate large, big planes as well, like Boeing and Airbus, all of them. So, on 30th of January, yes, Prime Minister Narendra Modi is going to inaugurate the Maryada Purushottam Shriram International Airport. Over to you.
The consecration of the Ram Temple in Ayodhya next month, to be headlined by Prime Minister Narendra Modi, has become, as expected, a political issue ahead of the Lok Sabha election due in less than 4 months. Invitation to the January 22nd event have been sent to religious leaders and actors, but it is those sent to opposition leaders and their RSVPs that are making headlines. Here's a report.
A political row after top CPIM leaders today underlined the party's decision to skip the Ram Temple inauguration event next month in Ayodhya, calling it the politicization of a religious program.
धर्म जो है वो एक पवित्र संबंध है एक आत्मा और एक परमात्मा के बीच में। ये फंक्शन हो रहा है एक स्टेट स्पॉन्सर्ड इवेंट के रूप में। प्रधानमंत्री मौजूद रहेंगे, मुख्यमंत्री यूपी के मौजूद रहेंगे, जो राजनीतिक व्यवस्था के हैं उनके पदाधिकारी भी रहेंगे वहाँ पे।
The BJP, for which the construction of the temple has been a major campaign issue and will be again in the run-up to the 2024 general and state elections, hit back.
If I am sending invites, or somebody has been sending invite to all these people, who's weaponizing the religion? The ones who are inviting or the ones who are choosing not to go? The ones who are choosing not to go are the ones who are weaponizing it, because they are the ones who have been trying to speak against a particular religion.
The left has spoken out, but all eyes are on the Congress and its senior leaders, including party boss Mallikarjun Kharge and its matriarch Sonia Gandhi. Adhir Ranjan Chaudhary, its leader in the outgoing Lok Sabha, and its former Prime Minister Manmohan Singh have also been invited, but it is not clear if Rahul Gandhi has received one. The Congress has been guarded so far. General Secretary K.C. Venugopal has confirmed the invites, but said the party's stance will be known later.
The politics has begun, and as the date inches closer, the war of words will only intensify. With Maria Shakil in New Delhi, Tanish Punjabi in Lucknow for NDTV.
The much-awaited Rajasthan cabinet expansion is scheduled for tomorrow. Team Bhajan Lal is all set to induct new ministers in his cabinet. The new Chief Minister Bhajan Lal and his deputies took oath on December 15th. With eye on 2024 Lok Sabha polls, Union Home Minister Amit Shah and BJP's National President JP Nadda attended meeting with the core committee of the party's Bengal unit. The two leaders also with the BJP social media team, and thereafter might introduce some new workers during the organizational meeting. Earlier in the day, they visited Gurudwara and Kalighat temple, which is not far from Bengal Chief Minister Mamata Banerjee's residence. The two BJP leaders' visit comes within days of Mamata's Delhi visit to attend India Alliance meeting.
5 राज्यों का जो निर्णय हो गया है, जनता ने जो निर्णय कर लिया है, इसमें पूरा साफ हो गया है कि 2024 में थर्ड टाइम के लिए प्रधानमंत्री नरेंद्र मोदी जी फिर से प्रधानमंत्री जी बनेंगे। इस बार 400 पार हम लोग का नारा लगा है और पश्चिम बंगाल में 35+ सीट का नारा ऑलरेडी अमित शाह जी ने लेके गए थे और कल रात पे जेपी नड्डा जी और अमित शाह जी दोनों एक साथ यहाँ पे आया है। लोकसभा को एकदम मतलब फोकस करके कैसे हम लोग को रोड मैप बनाना है, इसको लेके हम लोग का बातचीत आलोचना होगा।
नरेंद्र मोदी और अमित शाह ये जो लोग जितने बार आएंगे, अब देखे थे 21 असेंबली इलेक्शन के पहले दिल्ली पैसेंजर ही किए थे, लेकिन भाजपा हार चुका था। तो अभी जितने बार ये लोग आएंगे उतने तृणमूल के लिए अच्छा है। ये जितने बार इनके फेसेस बंगाल के लोग देखेंगे उतनी ही जोरदार से नो वोट टू भाजपा और वोट फॉर तृणमूल, ये नारा और जोर से उठेगा।
Congress too, in fact, is strategizing for Lok Sabha polls. Senior leaders went into a huddle at AICC headquarters to discuss seat sharing in Bihar. Congress President Mallikarjun Kharge as well as Rahul Gandhi also met party leaders from Punjab and Jammu and Kashmir. Navjot Singh Sidhu was spotted at the meeting. Just last week, a group of Congress leaders in a joint statement came down heavily on party, even calling him gunpowder, wanting to blast the party.